Snow always leaves some evidence, doesn't it? Somebody had a pretty bumpy ride through there. That rock made a noise. Unbelievable. Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Just thought I'd come out to the lake. It's a snowy day in Ohio. Snow sticking to the trees. It's always beautiful, at least for a little while. So today I thought I'd tell you about my latest adventure. You saw the title of the video is "When is a Chevy Mouse Not a Motor?" I was kind of goofing around with my truck, just checking spark plugs and things like that, and I've had a service engine light ever since I got the car. And I thought, well, Jim, you big dummy, why don't you plug in a computer and scan it and see what code you got? And I did, and well, you know what, watch the video and find out what happens. Okay, so I got my laptop fired up. The software program is called Toad. It's just something I bought off the internet. I think it was $100, and this was years ago. So I've got the cable connected to the service port, ALDI port, and we'll start the engine up and let's see what happens here. She's running. Nope. I don't want that though. So let's see. Let's run diagnostics. Nothing. Try it again. Oh, I see a little. Yeah, it's trouble codes. I don't see any trouble codes. Let's try monitors. Dashboard, anything? Ah, now we're on to something. That's interesting. I'm going to have to make a trip under the dashboard here. Could explain why all these lights are coming up. So, I guess we'll stop here and get all these wiring out of the way. See, is there any logs? Nothing. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Very interesting. Now, look at this. So, when that thing makes a connection, those lights connect. I forget what color they are, but you see more than one of them. So got an ECU connection issue here. Something to look into. The plot thickens. So I may have found a potential problem here. So I took the cover off. All the fuses are good. Nothing really going on there, but I'm kind of looking around, and what do we see here? It looks like a little nest of sorts. So I'm going to have to pop this cover off of here. We may have a chewed wire or two, I'll bet. Interesting. All you got to do is look sometimes. So look what we got here. A nice little warm nest. Now remember, this thing sat in somebody's yard for a couple months, so they clearly made themselves comfortable. And initial things here, I probably would have found this without taking the cover off, but there's a broken wire there, and there's one right here too. Get my finger out of the way. And it'll be interesting to see once we get this out of here what we got under there. How about that? Interesting. And it's kind of funny if you remember, this inner panel is off, and I don't know if he was checking wiring in here or he just did that to lace the speaker wire through. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what starts working once we fix a couple of these wires. Let's get this mess cleaned up. Okay, so I got you zoomed in here, and I don't know how much of this you'll be able to see, but let's if I can even get these in here. I got some of it. That ain't going to be enough. So let's see if we got what we got here. $16 didn't do it. Let's try $18. There we go. 18. 18. And yeah, that one I'm going to have to definitely take. What is this one? Is this cut too? Looks like it was starting to. Still seems connected though. So, and a pink one, red one, whatever you want to call it. So, let's do this one first. this poor soldering gun, I've had this since I think I was in high school. And the case is broke. I got it held together. The screws are stripped out. Got it held together with a zip tie. Let's get that warmed up. Drop a little on there. That should hold it. Shrink tube. And this is marine shrink tube. It's got the adhesive on the inside, so once it melts, it kind of seals the connection. And if you're doing anything under your hood, you probably want that more than not. And just some light heat. This is a cigar turbo torch lighter. And that looks good. Make an X like that, and then you wrap the wires around like that, and then solder it together. At least that's how I do it. And I suppose you could use those crimp ones, but I just prefer to solder. There isn't a lot of movement here, so it's not going to work harden, I don't think. That up a little bit. That should be good. And there's more than enough heat in this thing. 100 watts or 140 watts. Those little, I don't know what they are, 23 watt. I got one of those too, but this is a lot quicker. It stinks a little. So let me show you what I got here. So there's the one end of the red where I fixed it, and here's the other end. And just for giggles, let's start it up and see if that cured any of my lights. Not yet. Wouldn't be unusual for one of my projects to fix a couple wires and they didn't do a thing. So alright, I'm definitely going to have to take this off. So disconnect the battery and all that good stuff. It ain't a bean, it's a tater. That's a start. It's 10 millimeter, oddball 13 millimeter. And if you don't have one of these, you need one. And I'll have to find something to get that off. Because this is an 8. And it don't fit, of course. Ouch. Yeah. So on first blush, we got a little chewing right here, through here. Looks like a little going on here, right there. And that's what I see, what we got going on there. I didn't see anything up on top here. So let's, this is the white wire I have to fix. Let's see if you can see that. There's one end of it and here's the other end. So I have to get inside of there, and you can see mouse residue. But we'll get it connected here, and maybe dig into this. That might be a broken wire there, or at least he got into it. So let's see. Oopsie. Wow. Okay, I'm going to a lot of work to get this one connector out because I need some room to work. Now, if I can fish this out. Like that. Alright, that's good. I can fix that. So I was kind of debating what to do here, but it does look like I cut this harness open, and it does look like that might be still connected, and I could stick a meter on it, but I think I'm just going to splice in another wire there. I think that one's okay, and I think that one right there is okay, but this one looks kind of iffy. So I got it apart, might as well do it, right? But like I said, nothing else here looks chewed that I can see. At least I'll be able to put this cover back on. And be done with this part. Okay. Now let's make sure she still runs. And while I seriously doubt the service lights are gone, might as well see it all together, huh? No such luck. So after I got my mess cleaned up, hopped in the car and took a ride over to the park and back, and the service engine light's gone out. So that may or may not be because of the wires I fixed, but I'm going to hang on to the hope that it is, because every once in a while this check engine light would go off on its own, but I didn't get down the street before it went off again. So I'm going to count this as a minor victory until the service engine light comes back on. So if you enjoyed seeing what mice can do to a car, stick around, subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, turn on your notifications, because who knows what we might find the next time when we go creeping around in Frankenstein. Alright, have a great evening.